Hello and welcome everybody to the TRACKILICIOUS Thursday Reverse GT3 Grid. I'm Mike Nause in the booth. Hope everyone's having a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this fine world. We have a grid packed full of GT3s tonight that we are going to flip upside down at one point. Now, of course, that may sound a little bit weird. We're not going to quite flip them upside down. We'll flip them backwards. However you want to look at it. This is the reverse grid. Now, the first race, of course, is going to be qualified in the order that we start in here, which the qualifying is currently underway. Jake Wells being one of the first few to set a lap with a few following behind. For now, though, we have, of course, the qualifying, then the first race. After that, the grid will be decided by the finishing order of the second race and then flipped around. If that doesn't make any sense, let me know in chat. I see we have a few people in chat already. Doc Milwee, Jeremy Cubbage, and Flirty630. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're all having a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this fine world. We're going to get into the qualifying here soon enough. For now, why don't we take a look here at the calendar and the upcoming event. Actually, yeah, we'll take a look at the calendar. Why not? It's a calendar, of course, coming to an end here as we are approaching, whittling down the, well, the rest of the year, really. We have, of course, our GT3 Championship that we have on Sundays. That has just a couple races left. Watkins Glen followed up by Mount Panorama. Still 2 races left if you do want to get involved. All of these can be found over at SimGrid. At this point, it would just be for fun. Championship is firmly underway. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But, of course, GT3s as well. Main event and the Porsche Cup Support Series. Also, Max Rain at Britain, December 21st. That'll be, or not the 21st. It is, I haven't updated that yet. It's sometime around then. Take a look at SilverGrid. I don't remember, excuse me, on SimGrid. I don't quite remember, but it is at Silverstone, of course. We have also our GT4 Rookie League that we offer, as well as our GT4 Open Championship, and of course, the GT3 Reverse Grid, which you're watching now. So we head back into the booth. Get a little bit of audio in the background here. We can take a look at the standings that we have currently. You can see Jake Wells leading the way as it stands. 194 points, but not by much. Ryan McIntosh currently sitting in second, with 193 points, and P3 not too far away either, with 190. Ali Raza just at 186, and all the way down this field, you can see the points are tight. Now, this reverse grid, 2 more races left, including this one, or 2 more weeks left, I suppose, including this one. Next up, we will have, I've totally just looked at it, and it's already blanked my mind, but anyways, we're going to head down into the session here and take a look at some of the qualifying laps that are heading underway now. Looking at, this is Jacob Church's amazing livery that I am not going to try to pronounce because I've tried before and made a fool of myself. Currently sitting in P9. Pole position belongs to Ryan McIntosh. As we said, in that championship fight with Jake Wells not too far behind. Currently, just margins behind, in fact. It's going to be about 57 thousandths. As they go around Hungaroring, a very tricky track. I haven't even talked about this track yet. A 2.7 mile circuit with 14 corners, 6 to the left, 8 to the right, and 35 meters of elevation. Now, the elevation is a bit of a sleeper here, as why don't we have time definitely here. I'll take you on board with a lap of Jake Wells. In fact, as the cameramen go in and adjust their presets as well. You'd love to see it. Now, coming around to the final corner, the very aptly named turn 14. Of course, this corner only has one unofficial name that has been given to this track by me. It's turn Pigeon. We'll get to that later. And now Jake Wells attacking into the first corner, looking for that braking marker just before that change in curbing, down all the way into first gear. Now getting on that throttle, wheel bit squirrely now. Pole position also set last time around for Jake Wells. Can he improve? Coming into the very, very tricky now turn 2. It's all about getting on that throttle and attacking turn 3 here, where you're just chucking it in, using all of the curbage on the exit. Now coming up to Pigeon. Brakes at the curbing, tackles the inside onto the throttle extremely early, maximizing the minimum speed there for Jake Wells. Now coasting through the long turn 5 with a bit of a correction at the wheel on exit. Taking it all the way to the grass just about, and getting caught up in traffic here. I think that's Devin Anthony in front. I'm not sure if he is on a lap or not. Looks like he must be. That is going to heavily impede Jake Wells, and in fact, Jake Wells, I think, Going to put an end there to his qualifying, unfortunately. Is that going to be enough? Well, Ryan McIntosh, he has one more lap to do it, and he may be stuck in some traffic as well here. We have Niger Grease Monkey. I'm assuming that is Toluwalashe Olajoyegbe in chat. How's it going? How's it going? Miss Racing with you. Miss having you in the races, Tolua. Being able to flex the name pronunciation, you know, I miss that. Oh, and Ryan McIntosh has invalidated. That is his pole attempt thwarted already in the lap. I don't think he will have time to make it around for another one at 142. Actually, he will. Never mind. He will have time. Jake Wells calling it into the garage pretty early this time. Oh, he came back out. Fair enough. He's going for a little setup tweak. Get things sorted out so you can come back. Awesome. I love to hear it. Tolua, wish you the best, man. I know, I think you're working with same company as Eric now, if I'm not mistaken. So, congratulations there. I'm not sure how long you've been with them, but it's absolutely awesome to see. Some nice liveries out there indeed. I'm not sure. There's not too many big stunners that I'm seeing. In fact, I might be missing a couple liveries, which is odd. I did download them. And we see Ali Raza here in the Pakistan Zinabad green and white Ferrari 296. The Cavallina Rampanti. As it comes down the first start-finish straight. J-Man, I know you were in chat the other day. Welcome, J-Man. This is your first race. Is this your first race in general or your first race with Trackilicious? Also, J-Man, what is your in-game name here? Oh, Justin, I'm assuming Justin, Melio? Is it Melio? In the 666? Is that how you say your last name? Melio? Awesome. Is that proper, or are you just giving me credit? Because I would like to try to pronounce it proper if possible. I know you do got to hustle out to track, though, here soon enough. Jake Wells on pole position. Currently on a fairly average lap. Well, I should say a fairly average lap for the likes of somebody who can put it into the 142s at, well, Hungaroring. Very, very impressive. It's hard. No. J-Man, I want, if you could phonetically break it down. Like I said, I know you got to get out to track, so do that. But I would really appreciate it if you phonetically broke it down. That way I can get it right. I would appreciate that. For both yours and mine's sake, because it will bother the heck out of me if I can't pronounce it properly. I'm seeing lots of red laps. Jake Wells, invalidated. That's the end of his qualifying. Ali Raza managed to stick it onto P2. Invalidated. End of his qualifying as well. Ryan McIntosh in third, currently on an invalid lap in P3. Kyle Heslin in fourth, currently still improving, although actually he just came across the line. I do not think he has time to set, or he's in the even plates, excuse me. Wait a second. Hang on now. Why are there odd plates that have set times? Darren Thomas is out now. Did I miss something? I don't know. Hopefully everyone managed to get into the correct time there. I'm not sure if Ryan McIntosh, though, was out of sequence. As he is continuing on, I'm not sure. Odds and evens quality together for today? Oh. You can't do that. That's okay. All right, J-Man. Is it at least close? Where are you from? Can you give me that? What country? What's your country of origin? Because that'll help me out a little bit. Maybe. Or it'll mess me up even more. One of the two. Jacob Church on an improvement. Jake making up for his Syntho Drive performance. Hey, you're talking to a podium finisher over at Syntho Drive there, Jake Wells. He did manage to finish in P3, of course, over at, was it Prague? I can't remember if he finished at Prague there. Love Justin Geeney. What did my brain just do? Oh my goodness. I'm still recovering, everybody, from a little bit of a cold. If you can't tell, my brain, well, a little bit frazzled at times. But we have Justin Guinea here in the Lamborghini. Justin Melio. Is it Melilo? No, no, it's not. No. Ah, shoot. Good? Alright, good. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a Spanish last name. Okay. So yeah, I can't be too far off. But I also probably can be. That's famous last words, of course. And J-Man, Justin, if you're new around here, I'm Mike Nause, the regular commentator. I know you were joining yesterday. Eric the Boss Gakassian, as we like to call him, taking over for me as my voice was absolutely terrible because of a sore throat. We're doing a little bit better now, but we're back, and I am terrible at pronouncing names. So, well, I'm maybe better than I give myself credit for, but I'm still not ideal at it, but I would like to pronounce them correct, so that's always that. You're so scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Eric was commentating. Eric's actually doing pretty good. He's learning the ways. I gave him a bunch of crap for, you know, not changing his vocal tone around, and he listened. Wolf Brecky with a bit of a hydrate. We're going to some caffeine tonight. I can finally drink energy drinks again without my throat exploding. And Jacob Church as well. Jacob, nice lap there you put in at the end. I gotta say, good improvement. Chris McNichol, currently on the charge. Will be next up here, at least in terms of what we're gonna watch. Hope you don't get spun off at the start. My advice to you is, well, be cautious, be careful. Of course, you don't know the drivers around you. The drivers don't know you. A lot of these drivers, very experienced with each other. And they know how each other drives, so I just say take it easy on this first one. Go for a little bit of a cider and just try to work your way through the field. It's going to be a short race. Worst case scenario, you finish in last place. And guess what that means? In the second race, you start in first place. So the worst case scenario, oh my goodness, and it's happened immediately. This is amazing. One Bigley with a $5 dono. Thank you so much. It's flipping amazing. So biggest goal I would say there, Justin, just get it to the checkered flag. That's going to be your number one priority. Also, John Hawley in the... Oh my goodness, I don't have the Skippy Super Chunks Racing. What is going on? Why don't I have all the liveries here tonight? I might try to do a little... I'll try to re-download the liveries just in case. I mean, I definitely downloaded them, everybody. Don't, like... I'm not even trying to be, like, gaslighting myself here. I definitely did download them. But I'll give them another download... You know what? I might have downloaded the M2 reverse grid. That's getting moved to the archives, everybody. I think I downloaded the wrong one. We'll get that fixed. Don't worry. I'll get that fixed for the race. Whoops. Hashtag blame Mike, bad streamer. Welcome, Washed Up Squid, TJ Washed. As we're trying to get these, get the liveries on here for tonight, as I have not been a good streamer. I've downloaded the incorrect file. The orange one with the spiders, that's, yeah, Jake Wells. I think that's an Eric Gakassian livery, if I'm not mistaken. The young Jacob Wells, of course, representing it here tonight. The I suck at this Evo white. currently sitting on pole position, and it is an open quali tonight, which is my mistake. Earlier on, I was assuming it was odds and evens. No, it is not. But thank you, J-Man. I appreciate that. Actually, get that trending on Twitter, everybody. Or X. As we go here to fix the liveries. They'll be fixed for the race. Don't worry, everybody. Zuka Vinar, also a little bit of a sleeper name to be mentioned here, out there in the Lamborghini Gallardo tonight. Unfortunately, I totally forgot to bring up all of the car facts for that. But that's okay. Muff barely got in the server in time, so no quali. Well, hey, like I said before, worst case scenario, you finish at the back of the grid, and well, that's not even worst case because you start at the front for the second. We have two 20-minute races here tonight coming up ahead of you. Qualifying here coming to a close. Currently, Jake Wells on pole position, Ali Raza in second, and Ryan McIntosh in third. Jacob Wells, though. Of course, I suck at this over on Twitch. Awesome Twitch streamer. If you guys haven't seen him before, well, what are you doing? Definitely check out Jake Wells. If you want, I think he's streaming. No, he is streaming this race on his perspective, of course. So pop up both streams there. You can get a full live commentary of everything that's going on, as well as the first person perspective. See how he manages to fare. Jake Wells, awesome guy, awesome just streamer in general, and say hi. Tell Jake that I said hi. I won't be able to hear him back, but tell him hi from Mike Nause there, of course, if you do head on over. Question, though, that everyone's wondering, can Ali Raza take pole position? He's got one more attempt here tonight in the Pakistan Zinabad. Number 30, Ferrari 296. Currently into Sector 1, yes, into Turn 3. That's what I was going for. And J-Man, yes, this is, yes, 2 races tonight, yes. 2 20-minute races, no mandatory pit stops. How you finish in the first race will be flipped around on its head in the second, and that is where you will start. You can see the car in front there of Ali Raza kicking up some grass as he chucks it into Sector 3. This is where all of the time can be made up. Very tight, technical, big wobble of the wheel. That is not going to help whatsoever. Still even with the Delta, though, as we go in, this is where we're going to see a lot of invalidations and a lot of lap times, well, being checked on by the stewards. Maybe drive-through penalties being picked up. 20 minutes, though, it'll be tough, I think. We might not see too many drive-through penalties. At least I hope not. Oh, my goodness, car off there. That's Darren Thomas being a little bit of a, not too much of a hindrance at all, actually. Ali Raza managing to negotiate that fairly easily. Now one more corner left to go here. Coming around the turn 14 onto the start-finish straight. Looks like it will be no time gained. And a little bit of a flourish. Can he land it? He lands it on the grass. A little bit of a 360. Nicely done there from Ali Raza. Decent qualifying. We're going to head back to the booth here as we have it. Welcome back, everybody, and get a little bit of a re-log here, and hopefully we see all of the wonderful liveries that all of these drivers have put effort, loads and loads of effort into for this race, and I've just downloaded the wrong ones, so let's try this again. But welcome, everyone. Great quality there. Jake Wells on pole, Ryan McIntosh in P2, and Ali Raza in third. Of course, if you guys do want to see the information pinned at the top of the stream, here is going to be our link to the pit wall. That's what it's called. Our pit wall, of course, available over there. Definitely check that out if you want to see this race unfold with live timing. As we have it, though, a bit of a calm before the storm. The drivers all waiting. And why don't we head down into the session here and check on what's going on. You can see all the cars here. And no timing charts. for whatever reason. Fixing, maybe? Have I hit drive yet? That might do it, no? Okay, technical difficulties here. What's going on? Well, there we go. Okay, it has fixed itself. Lovely. Everything here, live TV. You love to see it, everyone. Since we have it here, why don't we get in here and meet our drivers. Starting off on pole position, it is the number 8, Jake Wells, in the I Suck at This Evo White. Lined up next to him, Ryan McIntosh in the number 15 Porsche 992. With number 15, Ali Raza on the second row with the number 30 Pakistan Zindabad, the Canadian driver with Kyle Heslin in P4, lined up there in row 2 next to him. John Hawley in the Super Chunky, Skippy Super Chunky Racing. Absolutely lovely livery there, brought to you by John Hawley, with Jason Provolone Company in the It Ain't Easy Being Cheesy number 82 Audi. Kai Yo lined up in P7 in the number 3 BMW, with Darren Thomas Company in the Warm Soup Merry Christmas number 613. Absolutely lovely livery there from Darren Thomas. We have Jace Wright in the ST Racing, the Samantha Tan livery, number 24 BMW out on the track, with Chris McNichol in P10, rounding out our top 10 there in the AMG. Jose Guzman in the Honda NSX in the Duff Beer. Unfortunately, don't have that livery, the 129 in P11, with Potts Weaver Company in P12. Lots of Christmas liveries on the grid. You love to see it. Professor Chronotis in the Trackalicious Ferrari 296 in P13, with Alex Freeman in 14th. Carlos Guzman going to be in 15th quickest in the Aston Martin, with Devin Anthony Company in the Rockefeller Racing, number 664, row 8 there, in P16. Casey Swanseeger in the Noobs R Us Porsche 992 in P17, the number 84, with Zuka Vinar in the, I've completely forgotten what this car is actually called, but Lamborghini Gallardo in P18. Matt Melanson in P19, the number 77, the Gulf Racing McLaren, with Will Brunner Company in 20th. Jacob Church in the One Bigly Lexus in P21, the number 253 driver. In P2 to last in the Lamborghini is going to be the Justin Melillo in the number 666, with Justin Moffat in the Crazy Rabbits Racing BMW number 223. Bringing up the rear, of course, last but not least. As we begin to get underway here, we need a Christmas tie. Kevin, it's funny that you look into that, or funny you mentioned that, because I was looking into that last night. I'm not even joking. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was super tired, and was like, you know what I need for the stream? I need a Christmas tie. And I did look into them a little bit. It's tricky, though, because, of course, I have to get a tie that isn't green. And that's kind of, you know, half of the Christmas colors is, well, green. So we're working on it. I'll look tonight. I definitely do want to get one, because, yeah, of course, it is the season, everybody. I hope everyone has happy holidays coming up, enjoying spending some time with your family, having some time off work as well, of course. Well earned and well deserved for a lot of drivers. A candy cane tie? That's a great idea, Blisket. I should get a candy cane tie. I like it. I'm sure I can find a cheap Amazon candy cane tie that I'll use one time. Why not? As there is the Warm Soup Merry Christmas here. Why don't we check this one out? This is, of course, they're up on the front. Jesus is the reason. Merry Christmas indeed. Have a Trackalicious Christmas. Now, what a warm message there from Darren Thomas. Let's see. Can we get a sneak peek into Darren Thomas's... Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that carbon fiber, everybody? Or is that coal? I think we know what's coming early for the Warm Soup here. Let's hope he stays on Santa's nice list tonight. Also, Steven, welcome. And I don't know if I said this before, but Kevin, I can't take that name because it's trademarked. It's a trademarked name. Nonetheless, why don't we get into this here? Of course, the main race here tonight, or the first race tonight, I should say. First race of 2, 20 minutes ahead of us on the clock. Jake Wells in pole position with Ryan McIntosh in P2. I'm Mike Nause in the booth as we get ready to go green here for round 3 of the TRACKILICIOUS GT3 reverse grid, approaching the total energy board, and we are green now, heading down to the first corner. It's going to be a sharp right-hander, an immediate smashing start for Jake Wells, and side by side behind Ollie Raza, potentially going to go 3, maybe even 4 wide. Jason Provolone sending it around the outside. Ollie Raza sending it on the inside, makes contact there with Ryan McIntosh, parking it in the middle of the road. He can't park there. He gets righted by one of the cars. Unfortunately, I think that's Zuka Vinod that is around. No, that's going to be a McLaren that is around, I think, of Alex Freeman. A lot of drivers. We're 4 or 5 wide now, heading into turn 3, and at least into turn 2A. Oh, more bumping and banging. Ollie Raza definitely going to be having a look at by the stewards here tonight, and it looks like there is some carnage here on lap 1. Jace Wright pressuring Chris McNichol, heading into Pigeon. Sends it in side by side behind between Zuka Vinod in the Ginetta Rider. The Skippy Peanut Butter going for it. Maybe getting a little crunchy there potentially from the Chunky Peanut Butter, but no, is going to be firmly through. Nicely done, John Hawley, though. Zuka Vinod comes right back down the inside of the chicane. Picks up a lot of curb there. Definitely not going to be ideal for the exit. But no, the McLaren avails ahead. The 410 of John Hawley takes P8. Up ahead, Darren Thomas holding P4. I think I blamed Darren Thomas for an incident earlier. It might have been Kaio in that BMW. I think that spun in front of Ollie Raza. Apologies there. But a little bit of front-end damage from Kaio. Hopefully that will not affect too much. You really never knew that name would be trademarked? Come on, Kevin. It's The Boss. Eric The Boss. Eric's a businessman and stuff like that, right? He trademarks things. That's how stuff works. I don't know. I'm not a businessman, so honestly, I don't know. A bit further behind, Ollie Raza, recovering from a bit of a shambles drive here, at least on lap 1. Comes across the line in P13. Of course, he started in P3. Not our biggest loser here tonight, though, actually, is Jason Provolone, down 15 positions. Oh, there's an ad break. Sorry to everyone that's... well, I probably should have delayed that ad break. That was a little bit of an early ad break. But I unfortunately don't have control. Ollie Raza under threat from Jose Guzman, the Honda NSX, a car that we've seen pretty much null and void since the 1.9 update in ACC. Of course, one of the best updates we've seen ever for ACC, but it did make some cars a bit more spongy and a bit more bouncy. The NSX, well, definitely not. Well, actually, I think this one just got BOP'd to oblivion. I think it is just not quick now, if I'm not mistaken. But behind the wheel of, or Jose Guzman behind the wheel. Let's see if he can change that, of course. You drivers having a little bit of fun here tonight with seeing the rider, I was going to say the Ginetta. It's just a car that I don't say much. Zuka Vinod, of course, in the Gallardo. A car that most people don't even know is in the game, to be completely honest, I feel. Why don't we ride on board here with Zuka? Now, this is one of the older cars in the game. Pretty sure it has the same 5.2 liter V8 that we see in the current iteration. Whoa. Holy smokes. Professor Chronotis. Very deep. Off the track there, resumes side by side. Loses that position, though, to Ollie Raza. Slips in front, though, of Jose Guzman. That is going to help Ollie out quite a bit, I would imagine. The word Santa was trademarked? No, Kevin. Why did I go off that battle? We're going to stick with that battle. This is for the podium. Kyle Heslin, currently in the McLaren in P3, but Darren Thomas going to be putting his stockings to the test here. See if he can wrap that position up for P2 or P3. How many Christmas jokes can I fit in here, everybody? Probably not too many more. I'm already running out. As it stands, though, bit of tame action. 15 minutes, 37 seconds left, though. Needs to get a hurry up on. Not much time in this race. Now taking a look at our newest joiner. Got Justin Melio, currently sitting in P22. A little bit of a gap. Was absolutely terrified of their first race. Not even in P last. You absolutely love to see it. In fact, why don't we go on board here with Justin for a little bit in the 666. We're coming up very early on the upshifts. Definitely has a bit more in the rev range there. Justin tilting it in. Very conservative line. Now coming onto the back straight. Flat out now. Going to be attacking up towards Pigeon. Off the throttle early. You can see this track is extremely difficult. It's very blind. It's not a track that you can drive too much off reaction. You really got to know it. And there's definitely a bit more minimum speed to be had here for Justin. In fact, after this, we use this as a little bit of a learning experience, everybody. Or, you know what? Hold on. Ollie Raza, we're like 3 wide here for P10. Hold that thought. Zuko Vinar being a bit of a bottleneck with Ollie Raza on the inside, closes the door very late. Ollie able to react, though. That is way too deep for Devin Anthony. He's going to drop the position there to Carlos Guzman. That's Jose Guzman and I think Carlos Guzman. Both the Guzman brothers managing to find each other on track. You'd love to see that. Side by side we go. 2 cars out of the meta, holding up a car that is arguably the best. Oh, lots of curb there. Good save from Jose, but that's going to really compromise his line. Devin Anthony going to be able to capitalize. Yes, he is. Nicely done there. Devin Anthony sends it down the inside of turn 5. Now heading into the chicane. Jose has outbroke himself. He is gone and drops not 1, not 2, but 3 positions down to P14. Jose going to be kicking himself for that one. And which car is arguably the best? Whoa! Carlos getting a lot of heat into his tires. It almost looks like he is driving to the puncture or something. That was some very erratic driving. As it stands, though, Devin Anthony able to hold on. But the McLaren Evo 2, arguably one of the best cars in the game, of course, on certain tracks, not at others. Now, this track might not suit the McLaren as well as, of course, your Spa-Francorchamps, which some which some BOPs have put quite a hindrance on. I think 30 kilograms BOP, 40 kilograms BOP for the McLaren over at Spa-Francorchamps. Don't quote me on that, but somewhere around that margin. Also, Lethal in chat. Welcome, welcome. Whoa, bit of a battle behind Carlos and Professor Chronotis. Chronotis trying to go awfully defensive there, closing that gap, not allowing Carlos or Jose through whatsoever. Little does he know, Jose, he just wants to be next to his brother. That's it. They just want to finish in the same little area, have a battle there. Of course, the elbows are off even more when the brotherly rivalry comes into play, and that is what I want to see, folks, and I think you do too at home. Of course, though, for now, Chronotis, the thorn in the side of Jose. Oh, Justin Moffat is off and around, unfortunately. Big error there, or was there contact? Rejoins safely. It looks like this was an unforced error, though, for the Mothman. He did join late, started... Oh, and he just catches too much curb and a bit too much throttle. Sends him pirouetting around. Figure skaters would be jealous. Very safe rejoin, though, definitely what you want to see there from the likes of the BMW. Jose has dispatched Chronotis. We unfortunately missed that. Now, the 2 brothers able to go side by side. What do they have for us here? Oh, no, Carlos. He's already pushing a little bit too hard, using too much of that car, sliding through the final corner. That's going to be a terrible exit onto the start-finish straight, but Devin Anthony and Zuko Vinar are side-by-side directly in front of them. Having to send down the inside, but way late on the brakes goes Carlos, managing to correct it, not going to the back. Side by side we go, though, with Jose and Carlos now. The Guzman brothers, as well as Devin Anthony and Zuko Vinar, heading side by side into turn 3. A little bit of bumping and banging as they head on into it. It's a bit of a scrap, and Jose, no, that's Carlos, has made a big send, managing to make up 2 positions there. There's yellow flags behind, though. We see Matt Melanson and Potts Weaver all caught up in an incident. My goodness, what has happened here? Go back and see. Hopefully they don't get anyone else involved. They are in a terrible spot still. So Potts Weaver. Oh, big send there. The gap not quite there. Potts, I'm not sure if that was a misjudgment on the brakes or if it was an overtake attempt, but Matt Melanson nonetheless was not ready for that. Of course not. I don't blame him. That's just my first angle, of course. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. We're going to go with it. Oh, bumping and banging. Professor Chronotis and Jose is round and into the barrier. Now that, the stewards are definitely going to have to take a look at. Whether or not there's a decision on it or not, let's find out. So Chronotis is off the track. Jose gives room to rejoin, and they were just sort of fighting for the same piece of tarmac there. I'm not sure if you can chalk that one up to a racing incident, but in my books, I think you can. As they both gave each other enough room, it was just the likes of that corner, of course. We're resuming now side by side, Zuka Vinar and Carlos Guzman. Carlos able to secure it. Nicely done. Gets the overtake onto the rider Gallardo. I keep wanting to say Janetta. Janetta is not the only car that starts with G, but the Gallardo comes back into turn 3. A little bit deep, though. The switchback attempt for Carlos Guzman. Bumping and banging now. Inside line going to be had for Zuka, but the terrible line as he cuts to the grass. Off the track, loses traction. Loses not 1, 2, but going to be even 3, 4 positions here. And he's going to have to wait a while. I think reverses into the middle of the track. Oh, no, and unfortunately we see a car off as well. That's Justin Emilio, who gets collected by Carlos Guzman, or Jose Guzman. What has happened here? So Emilio coming up to the scene of a crime. I'm not sure what to make of that one. Very unfortunate. That's a... I really don't know what to say about that one. That was a very interesting one. I don't think I've ever seen a crash like that. Okay, that's a new one, everyone. I've seen a lot of crashes. Ollie Raza in P8 here, chasing down Jace Wright. I don't know. Very unfortunate. You hate to see it. That's all I have to say there. I think that was maybe a bit of fear into play, and I really hope not, because that... And like I say, I'm not doing this to be rude. It's just about, you got to be confident, not just in your driving, but in yourself in general. This goes obviously into day-to-day life. Here we go. This is some mental health tips here with Mike Nause. Confidence is key here, especially out on track, and you have to show it, even as a back marker. You have to be confident and decisive on where you're going, and I don't think we saw that there. But it's a learning experience, and when, obviously, they go back out on track, the next time, I think it'll be easily solved. This is a beautiful little scrap, though. We have Kaio, Christopher McNichol, Jace Wright, Ollie Raza, John Hawley, all of those names involved here in this battle. Steven... Okay, I definitely, wink, wink, do not advise this advice. Really, though, don't advise this advice. Steven, of course, recently purchasing a motorcycle. Not just any motorcycle, of course, a Honda CBR. Very decent, great starter bike. Now, Steven had a nice, lovely few months with it. And everyone thinks the story is going to end in fiery failure, but I assure you it isn't. And of course, the Honda CBR, not quite enough. Not quite enough there for Steven. And so instead, decides to go up and upgrade to a 635 Ninja and go even faster. So his advice to you is go fast in real life. It'll help you become more confident. And you know what? There is some truth to that statement, Steven. I don't think everyone has that luxury. Oh, you had a steering problem, so it was equipment failure? That's good. All right, well, fair enough. At least it wasn't... It looked so odd. It was just so odd. But yeah, you hate to hear it. Hopefully you can get that solved. What's happened here? This doesn't look like equipment failure. Casey Swanseeger chasing down Jason Provolone as we head into the first corner here. Whoa, a severe lack of brakes from Casey Swanseeger. Jason Provolone is sent round. Very safe rejoin, and you can tell Casey there, he felt bad. He knew what he did. What? Professor Chronotis? Okay, everyone is... Guys, we're just watching replays at this point. Whoa! We didn't get to catch what happened there, unfortunately, but Professor Chronotis, big damage with that Ferrari. Rejoined safely, but... Oh! And that is when we, of course, rejoined there. You mean 55, Steven? You're doing 55 on the highway, correct? Definitely 55 miles an hour. Nothing more. Inside curb strikes again. The disadvantage of having a low car such as the Ferrari and, of course, the McLaren. Another car. Even more so, I would say. No, Steven, 55. For legal reasons, 55. 120K, you're right. A $120. Thank you, Vey. You're 100% correct. Steven, of course, doing a $120 kph. My apologies, everybody. So yeah, so a very reasonable amount of speed. So, no, you know what, Steven? A very admirable amount, I would say. So good job. Good to you, buddy. Keeping it legal. Doing the speed limit, definitely. Oh, Ollie Raza a little bit deep there, forcing Jace Wright onto the curb. Does hand that position back. Back to the racing, of course. We've been slightly derailed. There's only 3 minutes left to go. My goodness, this race has absolutely flown by. Yeah, and Steven there confirming it's KPH. To any law enforcement officers watching. So if you've seen a man going 120 kph down the highway on a Ninja, well, you know, that was probably Steven. Oh no, Justin Malio back out on track. You love to see it. Of course, had a bit of an equipment failure that resulted in the likes of another driver being taken out, Jose Guzman. But Malio back out on track, going to the checkered flag. We'll be starting in P1 at the next race. Lots of pressure on the shoulders. If we had pressure on the shoulders in this one, oh my goodness. Oh no. He's going to have the weight of the world on him into the first corner for the second race. Rejoining here with Pottsweaver, Matt Melanson, and Chronotis. All of these drivers have been involved in an incident in some way or another here this time around. But Chronotis, with damage on the front end, not really able to contest with these two, even though they all have damage as well. Side by side through the final corner, Matt Melanson, Pottsweaver. Looks like Matt has secured that. Car's dead. Oh no, J-Man. Gotta get it to the end. Oh, RTG. I think you have completed enough laps to be valid. But here we go. This is a battle for P4, and towards the end of the race, oh, some contact from behind. Jace Wright makes contact with Kai Yo, really compromises the line. Kai was having a look there at Darren Thomas, loses the position though. Now down to P6. Jace Wright, next on the charge, is going to be attacking Darren. Warm soup, Merry Christmas. Trying to hold on. The leader, Jake Wells, starting the final lap now. Darren Thomas with one more to go, and as I said, the weight of the world on the shoulders here of Darren Thomas for sure. Coming now around the final corner to begin the final lap. Jace Wright, can he get a good enough exit into the first corner? He's a bit far back, but Jace, an opportunist, the controller king, of course, soon to be getting a wheel, in fact. Going to be getting some Moza technology. Late on the brakes, though, goes Kaio, allowing Ali Raza down the inside. Is going to secure that position. Ali Raza up to P6. Does he have more, though? Jace Wright falling behind of Darren Thomas here on the final lap. Now into turn 3. Darren able to, or Jace, excuse me, able to be very confident on his line. Falling, though, off the likes of Darren Thomas. I think Darren has secured P4. Now Ollie, though. What does he have left? Running out of overtaking opportunities. This track, extremely difficult to overtake on. Really is going to need an error out of Jace Wright, or Kaio is going to need an error out of Ali Raza. Ollie with a bit of a late break into turn 5. That's going to allow Kai back down the inside, but he isn't able to take the position into the chicane. Ollie following along very, very close. Hopefully he doesn't get too close. Our leader currently coming around the penultimate corner now. We're going to stick with this battle. In fact, you know what? We'll go to Jake Wells here for a moment. Jake Wells here as he comes around the final corner now, heading to the line, managing for the entirety of the 20 minutes to secure the win. Jacob Wells, P1 in quali, P1 in the race, with Ryan McIntosh following suit. Kyle Heslin in P3 a bit further behind. Jason Provolone picking up a drive-through penalty on the final lap as well. The battle, though, resuming with Ollie Raza, Jace Wright, and Darren Thomas. Darren is going to be securing P4. Now, are we going to see Ollie go for it here? Tucks to the inside, trying to get a shorter line, but no, it does not look like it. Jace Wright secures P5, Ollie Raza in 6th, Kaio in 7th, Chris McNichol in 8th, John Hawley in 9th, and Carlos Guzman has not been decided to round out our top 10 yet. Devin Anthony hot on the charge. Slip of the back from Carlos, but not a good enough position there for Devin to take the advantage in the top 10 there. Secured by one of the Guzman brothers, being Carlos in the 139 Aston Martin. Great race one there, and of course, don't go anywhere in between, folks. We have a little bit of Stream Racer coming the way. Devin Anthony just missing the top 10, unfortunately, but Jake Wells dominant through and through. Ryan McIntosh, of course, not quite able to bring it there, just behind him, 1.8 seconds. So close margins, but close but no cigar, of course. 30-second penalty being handed there to Jason Provolone. Oof, big flourish at the end for Jose. And with a few more drivers left to come to the line here, we will head back into the booth. Welcome back to the booth, everybody, as we have it. What a lovely, lovely race. Zuka, that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. J-Man, feel bad for you. Did, yeah, unfortunately, I think Jose getting caught up in that, but at the end of the day, I think Jose, he had other problems on his hands there. We have a hydrate from one Bigley. We're going to get out of the server here and get some replays up in the background while we wait for some Stream Racer. Of course, like I said, don't go anywhere, folks. We have some Stream Racer coming your way. So you will be put to the test, chat, in how fast you are in the virtual sim. Yeah, sim. We'll call it that, sure. Not multiplayer. We'll get some replays up, as I said, here in the background before we do so. And J-Man had the worst steering. That's unfortunate. Hopefully you get that fixed by the next race and able to correct that. We'll get you the hydrate. We'll get some water, get some H2O in here. You love to see it. Hydrate, everyone. As we have it, though, why don't we pull up Stream Racer first? That might help before I head over to the, scene. But what a race. Let's see if we can get Jake Wells does want a post-race interview here from Race 1. We don't do Race 1 interviews, Jacob, but you know what? In this series, maybe we should. So we'll pull Jake in. If anyone else that finished in the top 3, Ryan McIntosh or Kyle Heslin, if you guys are in chat and do want to head on into the green room, feel free. You are welcome to do so. For now, though, why don't we pull down Jake Wells? And Jacob, a dominant performance through and throughout. Pole position in the quali, fastest. No, you didn't have fastest lap. Excuse me. No fastest lap in the race, but you did finish in P1.
No. We did the interviews before, like after this race, before in this one.
Yeah, we're doing it now.
I know. I'm just.
No, we're doing it now. So we're going, Jake. So let's go.
No, it went well. Didn't get much practice, but a long time ago, back in March, we threw a lot of time at this track, and so it kind of carried over, which was nice. But no, I'm happy with the performance, and hopefully we can pull through the field here at Hungaro for the reverse grid. If people don't know, Hungaro is a very tough track to pass on, so this could be some chaos.
Yeah, and of course, starting off this race with 194 points into it and picking up a race win, it's got to feel good, of course, to start off. You're going to be looking to take the points lead here in this weekend or week.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely need it because last round had to be my drop round because of the disconnect. So we definitely are striving to basically get as many points as we possibly can so we can stay on top.
There you had it. Of course, Jake Wells leading it as it stands, trying to stay on top. Will he be on bottom? That is the question. Jake, thank you so much. Good luck in the next race.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Moving on, though, of course, to Stream Racer, everybody. We are going to get in here. Let's get it. I need to select a track. We have the Mind Zone Speed Zone Grand Prix. Okie dokie. Let's do that. Love to hear that. Nobody else for interviews here tonight, at least for race 1. We'll see how race 2 goes, of course. But as we wait here to boot up, let's see. Why is it taking so long? It's taking a while to boot up. Interesting. At least we have the interviews in the background. Tell Jake that you say good job. I'm sorry, Zuka, I missed the opportunity, but if you would like to say good job to Jake himself, he is, of course, live over at twitch.tv/ISuckAtThis. He just said it in chat, or he just typed in chat, so if you guys just click on his name and head on over to his Twitch, he is going to be live. Why is, I think my Stream Racer, okay, we're going to have to try again on Stream Racer, everybody, because it looks like it has just broke. Try again. But, yeah, as I had mentioned earlier, but haven't mentioned yet, we have, of course, other races that we run here. While we're getting up Stream Racer, why don't we pull up the calendar really fast as a little bit of an intermission. Of course, we have our GT4, let's start with GT3. We have our GT3 and Porsche Cup series that we run on Sunday. Of course, the Porsche Cup Championship going to be winding down here soon. All of our championships, we have this Tis the Season, and we will have a little bit of a break from some tracks or just from we'll have a little bit of a break from leagues in general coming up. So hopefully as well, everyone gets a break from work, has a little bit of time off. Stream Racer not working. This is so odd. Anyways, also GT4 Open Championship as well as our GT4 Rookies. Of course, we're running that on Mondays. Definitely one of the fan favorites, one of the more exciting championships that we run. And we might not get Stream Racer, guys. I'm not sure if is Stream Racer down. Can Stream Racer be down? Unfortunate, but also massive shout out to our Patrons. All of their wonderful names are on screen right now. V12 Exotics, V8 Muscle, and Inline 4s and donations as well. Thank you guys so much. You all buy not just you support what we do here, but you buy tickets to our hearts over at the TRACKILICIOUS staff. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for making what we do here feel worth it. And we really appreciate you. So thank you so much. Of course, put a lot of hard work in from all of the team, the admin team, as well as Twitch side, but you know, just as well as a lot to make what we do here happen. And thank you all so much. Now back to the booth. While we're waiting, we might not get any Stream Racer, guys. I hate to break it to you, but as we can see, wait, oh, it's broken now. Even in the scene, it's broken. Okay, well. Hopefully we can fix that, but it seems that Stream Racer is down. So I'm gonna Google this. Is Stream Racer down? Let's find out. I don't even know if it can be down. But thank you, One Bigly. Thank you so much for your support as well. Of course, Jacob Church, absolute legend. Thank you so much, Jacob. We'll try one more time. I'll reboot the game one last time here. And if it doesn't work, then we, well, aren't going to have any Stream Racer, which is a bummer. I was kind of looking forward to that. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. Okay, we're good. It didn't mess anything. Oh goodness. We're hitting a lot of wrong buttons, folks. Okay. We're going to try this again. Click. Loading. Loading. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we've got him. Exclamation mark race, everybody. Toluwala Shea being the first one in. What is stream? Oh, because he typed race. If you just type race, you get in. Okay, fair enough. Let's head on into the scene and explain a little bit more of what you're about to see. As we head into Stream Racer, you can see, well, even the standings. Let's get those away for right now. But Stream Racer, exclamation mark race, everybody. Of course, this is going to be putting you guys against each other, and you don't have to do anything. You just have to type exclamation mark race in chat. And I will as well. Chrono has never even done this. Oh, Chrono, you're in for a real treat. We have 11 people in here already. Let's take a look here. How much time? I got to pull up the server while you guys are, of course, getting into the session. Exclamation mark race if you want involved. This is basically, like I say, it's beginner's luck is a real thing, says One Bigly. It is true, honestly. Doc Milwee, of course, I think our most recent race winner. No, he was a podium finisher. I'm now going to be involved in this as well. Awesome to see. Just checking on the server, that's all. See how much time we have. 4.5 minutes left. Thank you, Jake. Thank you so much, Jacob. Perfect. We got plenty of time. We head into it. Jose Guzman with a watch streak of 3. You love to see it. And Tolua, just buckle in. Don't worry, Tolua. You'll know if you win soon enough. Now here, I'll pull up the, I'm going to hit X, or we're going to get on into it. You guys have 1 more minute, 15 drivers. Oh boy, this is going to be one of our biggest grids yet. Exclamation mark race if you guys want in. We have E39 Kai, we have Joker, Muff, Doc Milwee, J-Man, me, Chronotis, CryMCN, we have John Hawley, Blisket, One Bigly, Zuka the Bazooka, Steven Tomazic, Jose Guzman, and Toluwala Shea Olajoegbe, all in here. Now, if I pull up our podiums, this is all, of course, our P1, 2s, and 3s that we've seen. Our most recent winner was Doc Milwee. Yes, Doc Milwee, of course, taking the win last time around in Stream Racer. We'll see if he can manage to go back-to-back. We haven't had any duplicate wins, nevertheless, 2 in a row. So, best of luck. Of course, while you're in here, exclamation mark boost in chat, and Nightbot, get the heck out of here. Exclamation mark boost in chat if you want to go fast. It will give you a very quick boost, but just beware if you use it into a corner, it will yeet you into the stratosphere. So be very cautious with your boosts, but use that wisely heading in, and we are going to get into this now. Buckle up, of course. Let's get the standings off screen. There we go. As we get ready to go, green, Zuka on pole, Steven off to the right. It's going to be an amazing start for me. Look at that. Amazingly done. If I do say so myself, and I do. Of course, Steven getting spun off at the very start. Jose over the jump as we have a J-Man there with a nice little flip as well. Chronotis flying through the air. Nice rocket ship maneuver. He is gone. Absolutely gone. Toluwala Shea into the wall as well as we come through the right-hander. The crowd going absolutely bonkers as we go through, but the bonking and banging through the first sector is intense as we go through the barriers. We can see Joker taking the lead early here. The track getting in the way. Joker through One Bigly close behind now as we go on board. Jacob with a bit of a donut mid-corner. That's not quite the line. You can't park there. Jacob gets tagged by John Hawley. Chronotis not sure how to react. Has a bit of a spin himself. Now Muffman taking a tire with him. The generous man that he is, able to carry it through. I'm giving him a nice little bump draft as we work together through this race. Now teamwork makes the dream work, of course. Joker, though, he doesn't care about that, and he is leading this race as it stands. Heading, though, into the twisty arena section. sector. This is where he can get caught, and he gets the cone. The cone's being a massive hindrance. Is that going to hold him up for enough time? We see Chronotis coming over the crest as he lands directly over us. John Hawley close behind as well. Onto the barrier. Joker retaining the lead, though, as he goes into the left, right, left. Everyone, though, behind now coming over the jump. We have Cryamc behind, just absolutely gone. Makes a contact with Jose. They're having a bit of a demo derby themselves. I have no idea where I have gone. I'm gone. Okay, fair enough. I actually don't know where. Oh, there we are. One Bigley just ahead of me, of course. Chronotis behind, but here it is. Joker at the line. He gets hit by the barrier. Is that going to be enough? Is Chronotis going to sneak in for the beginner's luck win here tonight? No, he hits the barrier as well. Joker Simracing takes the win. Chronotis comes home in P2. Now in third, John Hawley bringing the cone with him. Am I going to steal it? Yes, I am. Let's go. Mike Nause comes home in P3. John Hawley sleeping at the wheel, bringing the cone with him. Muff, amazing exit, finishes in P5. We have one Bazooka in 6th, one Bigley in 7th. Kai coming across the line in 8th. Beachley struggling with the barrier here. We're going to go side by side. This is Doc Milwee. Ahead of this pack, clips the tire, goes off the track. The three of them, though. Oh, J-Man gets collected by the barrier. J-Man now onto the boost pad, goes off to the side, gets hit. No, he hits the pole at the end. He's stuck at the very last. And he comes across the line on the respawn, losing, I think, about 4 positions. Steven comes home in P last. Joker Simracing, though, with the win. Chronotis in P2, and I'm taking home a podium. Hold on, did I ever get a P3? Let's bring up the standings, everybody. We're going back-to-back P3. Well, I don't think I got back-to-back, but that's my second P3, everyone, so that's exciting. Also looking at it, Chronotis in there. Joker, new to the board. So 2 names to add here tonight for the podiums. We'll add, of course, I don't do it later, but we will get to that. Tolua Alishe, do I still exist? Tolua, you managed to finish in P10. You rounded out the top 10 there, buddy. Bringing it home, not quite for the best debut race here in Stream Racer, but you got to work on your pace. You know, it's a skill-based game. It happens. You know, you get good days, you get bad days. It's a very skill-based game, though, as I said, extremely talent-focused. John Hawley, going to be very upset at me with a 10-win streak, or 10-watch streak. Thank you for the 10-stream watch streak. I love it. It's such an odd stat. I just don't know how to word it yet. But thank you so much for watching 10 streams in a row. That's actually quite a few, so thank you. That's awesome. And also, sorry for stealing your podium, John. You almost had it, but it's a skill issue, let's be honest. Anyways, let's get back into ACC, of course. These drivers, let me just take a look at the ACC. What? We're into the race. Oh my goodness. Luckily, we got some time. We're in like perfect time. Let's head on back to the ACC session. Maybe. No, we're going to head back to the booth. Welcome back to the booth. My face still on screen, of course, as we get ready here. We have the reverse grid underway. Stream Racer getting closed. We'll get to that later, as we just get everything ready. Oh, and unfortunately, Justin not able to start up at the front, so. Okay. We're good, everybody. Let's head down into the session. As we are now down into the session, the cars all lined up, ready to go for their outlap here tonight. Starting off in pole position. Of course, this is the reverse grid. It's going to be Zuka Vinar in the Lamborghini Gallardo in P1. Something I don't think I will ever say again. Will Brunner also in P2. In the front row there, the number 98 Simcast Racing, in P2. Jacob Church in third in the Lexus number 253, bringing home a podium start here. We'll see if he can bring it a podium finish. Jason Provolone going to be in fourth, the number 82 It Ain't Easy Being Cheesy Audi. Jose Guzman in P5, the number 129 Honda NSX, with Professor Chronotis in the 296 behind in P6. Potts Weaver, 7th quickest in the Santa Baby McLaren Evo 2, with Matt Melanson Company in 8th. Justin Mothman Moffat bringing home P9 in the number 223 BMW for the Crazy Rabbits Racing. Casey Swansea rounding out our top 10 in the Noobs R Us 84 Porsche 992. Alex Freeman going to be in 11th as well for in 11th. The number 14 McLaren, little flash of the headlights. You love to see it. Devin Anthony, in P12 for the Rockefeller Racing. Another little flash of the headlights. Awesome. Carlos Guzman bringing home P13 for the start here tonight in the number 193. John Hawley in the Skippy Super Chunk Racing in P14, row 7, with Chris McNichol behind in 15th. Kaio, 16th quickest in the number 3 BMW. Ali Raza going to be in P17 as the cars are getting ready and underway here. In the number 30 Pakistan Zidabad car, starting off fairly strong here. Jace Wright in P18, the number 24 Samantha Tan Racing, with Darren Thomas Company in 19th, the 613. Kyle Heslin rounding out our top 20 in the number 22 car with Ryan McIntosh in P21. Jake Wells, who finished in P1 last time around, starting in the back of the grid, but unfortunately Justin Melio didn't complete enough laps to gain that title. So Justin Melio, the 666, starting off in the back here in P23. Now the cars all underway here for their 2.7 mile outlap at the Hungaroring. 14 corners for these drivers to tackle, not too many overtaking opportunities as well. Of course, the start-finish straight going to be your best opportunity. You got about just over a half of a mile down the start-finish straight, about 0.56 of a mile down to the first braking zone. That's going to be your best chance. Down the inside, late on the brakes, full confidence, full commitment is what we're going to need to see from these drivers. And a retire? Yes. Is it a retire? It's a retired car, that's all I know, but the Bazooka Vinar starting at the front in it, regardless. And I would really like, can someone fact check me? Is it the same 5.2 liter V10 that they use in the Audi? Reiter. Okay, Reiter. Got it. The Reiter. Thank you, Steven. I'm still probably saying that wrong. Why am I so bad at words, everybody? No, anyways, woe is me. But 23 drivers on the grid here tonight. Reversed conditions. We're going to see what these drivers have in store. I have no idea who to watch. I don't know if we watch from the back or watch from the start. I don't know where to. I'm going to watch from the start just off of principle, but we'll quickly go to the end. Zuka, quit typing. Focus on the race ahead of you. Zuka the Bazooka typing away in chat, also out on track during his outlap. Let's not see that during the race, please. No texting while driving. Just your friendly PSA from Mike Nause. The other PSA, of course, reminding you to practice your pit stops. Now, we're not in a pit stop race here tonight, so it's not too big of a deal. Anyways, as we come around the final corner now, Zuka Vidar in pole position, Will Brunner in P2. I'm Mike Nause in the booth as we get ready to go green here for the reverse grid race 2. 20 minutes on the clock as we go green down to the first corner, and it's a smasher of a start from Zuka. He is gone behind Will Brunner. Gonna go side by side with Jason Provolone heading into the first corner. We're gonna go 4 wide behind potentially as well. As we can see, that's Jacob Church in the Lexus on the inside, getting outbroken by the Honda NSX as it's a Constantina from behind. Nicely done. All of the drivers able to negotiate the first few corners so far. We're nice little diamond formation now heading towards turn 3. Ali Raza is going to try to send it up the inside there of Alex Freeman. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, and there's cars off John Hawley. Bit of a roadblock, and you guys, you cannot park there. I assure you that, but drivers taking to it. What has happened here? We're going to go back 30 seconds here from the start, basically, and watch John Hawley. This is huge early on here. So John Hawley heading into turn 3 as Casey Swanseeger on the inside. You can see the snowflake car. Oh, Devin Anthony makes contact with Casey, which sends him around back into the, and that's what starts it. So Devin Anthony there Unfortunately, kind of starting the chain effect that we saw. But as we resume, back up at the front, Jason Provolone trying to capitalize on a race lead here tonight is going for Zuka Vinar. What does he have in store? We'll find out. Jose Guzman in P4, also chasing down Will Brunner. Kai Yo side by side with Matt Melanson, now heading into Sector 2 or Sector 3. Through the penultimate corner, Matt onto the outside, or Kai onto the outside. Switchback attempt, though, as Matt runs way too deep. His best Sum 41 impression is done for the night, and Kai is firmly through. Jason Provolone now. I think we have the same exact 5.2 liter V10 engine going at it here. Heading down towards the first corner, it's going to be all about the aerodynamics, and it looks like it's a very even match for the two. Behind Ryan McIntosh. Wow, holy smokes. Ryan McIntosh up 10 positions in P11 already. Definitely our biggest gainer here tonight. Jake Wells only up 5 from where he started. And Kai Yo up 9 as well. So some pretty big gainers here. And this is going to be an 11th position done and dusted for the UWU of Ryan McIntosh. Potts Weaver on a recovery drive getting dispatched by Jake Wells. I think Jake got caught up maybe a bit more in that early incident than he would have liked. We heard, of course, he is on that championship charge. He is leading the championship currently, undisputed from the last race, but not tight margins. That is the key, of course. Some of these drivers going to be closing that gap up very quickly in the championship, and we may see in the final race next week a big change. But as we have it, Jason Provolone still, Carlos Guzman, he has found the wrong way around as well, facing one of the most terrifying angles on track and just having to wait for his opportunity. Back up at the front, Ryan McIntosh, another one. He has his tape in the car here of, I've messed it up, I forgot the guy's name. DJ Khaled, that's the guy's name. I'm cultured, I'm hip, I'm with it. But yes, of course, Ryan McIntosh bringing his tape of DJ Khaled with him, and just another one after another one for him. Outside line being taken, trying to do his best Lewis Hamilton in 2008 impression that he can. 2007, excuse me. Not able to get anything done, though, as it stands. McIntosh, we've seen avid overtaker. Going to be trying to take the, I think, lead in the points tonight. If he can secure this, it's going to be very close. Of course, he secured the P2 last time around, and he is, before this race, or before last race, I should say, before the week start, he was 1 point away from Jake Wells at 194 to 193 points. And, of course, last time around, Jake going to be pulling a little bit more of an advantage. But tonight, I think, or in the second race at least, Ryan McIntosh, I don't think Jake can respond to this. Jacob Wells currently, where is he sitting? Oh no, he's in the pits. What has happened to Jake? Jake Wells has called it a quits for tonight. Professor Cronotis and the Cavallino Rampanti getting a bit excited. Jason Provolone still battling for the lead. Jose takes P2. Jason Provolone not able to take the lead from Zuka Vinar. Now Jose in the Honda NSX trying to go for it here. Jake Wells, thank you so much for the raid. I hate to be seeing this raid, though. Buddy, what happened in race 2 here? Jake got disconnected again? Oh, no. Wasn't internet this time. It was just a straight-up disconnect. That Welcome Raiders, of course. I'm Mike Nause here in the booth. Welcome, I'm sure you're all familiar with the race that we're watching, TRACKILICIOUS Thursday Reverse Grid. And Jake taking race 1 with a decisive win. Unfortunately, in race 2, with a DSQ from a something with the servers. Man, you hate to see that. That's really disappointing. Jake, in the championship fight, of course, leading the championship currently at the end of this race, I think Ryan McIntosh, he might take the title. It's going to be close. The championship is not over. But Jake, though, he needs to keep in it for the next one. Well, not disconnect, which I know is, yeah, easier said than done. Wasn't internet last time? It was just server, really? That's so odd. I'm not a server guy. I'm quite the opposite, in fact. I know nothing about servers. But that's really disappointing, Jake, because I really want to see you out there right now battling with the likes of Ollie, battling with the likes of Ryan. As it stands, Ryan just gaining positions now over Chronotis, goes up to P6. Could even look at the race win here tonight for Ryan from the back. Give you a little shout out at the very least. Of course, if you guys don't know who Jake Wells is, well, I'm sure you do. He is a Twitch streamer, streams ACC as well. He's been streaming some COD lately. Very awesome guy in general. Great personality. If you guys don't, like I say, check him out. We are going to... There we go. Give a nice little shout out. Jake, I hope your night gets better, buddy. I know that is... My stream is locked up too? Aaron, you might want to refresh. No, Jake, I understand, buddy. I totally understand what you're getting at, and yeah, I understand what you mean. I'd be upset too, but that just sucks. Like I said, I want to see you out there. Side by side, we resume. No, Kai-Yo with contact with Ryan McIntosh. And Kai is around and doing donuts in the grass. Let's go back and watch that one again. This is Kai on the attack. Making a look up the inside. Oh, tough call. Steward's gonna... Okay, terrible angle on the exit there. Definitely a tough call. Steward's gonna have to be taking a look at that one. We also see... Unfortunately, I think at the back, I think that was Justin Emilio. Melio going off the track. Working 2 hours. Hey, Jake, have a nice little nap, and I hope you have a great day at work, buddy. And I hope to see you out there next time. You know, that's the biggest thing. I really do. Ollie Raza gets the job done onto Casey Swanseeger. Nice and easy into the first corner. Up at the front, Jason Provolone, Jose Guzman, and Zuka Vinar all having a bout. Thank you very much to Alpha Murph Dog 11 for the follow. Also, thank you to E95 Kai for the follow. I missed that one earlier. Apologies for that. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all the Raiders for coming in here. Just joining us and saying hi. Very appreciated. Of course, as I said before, I'm Mike Nause, commentator here at TRACKILICIOUS. Been away for a little bit as I went down to Atlanta and got sick, as you do. But we're back, baby. We're back. Will Brunner, Ryan McIntosh. They're going at it here, 4P4. So far, Ryan able to get that position. Is he going to take the win here tonight? That will have a significant bolster in points in terms of the championship over Jake Wells. And unfortunately, Jake getting disconnected, I shouldn't say being disconnected, getting disconnected here tonight. I hate it. I mean, I have nothing to say, really, unfortunately. I wish I did. But I don't. Also, Justin Melio with a disqualification. I'm not sure what happened there. How did you get... my prediction, Justin, did you pick up a penalty while you had a penalty? So you left the pits and got an instant... So I'm assuming... Did you have a... Like I say, okay. So you probably had a penalty before... Oh, no! Jose Guzman's around again! As he's trying to rejoin, getting back eagerly back to the track. We need to go back and watch that again. Let's see. Jose trying to overtake Zuka for the race lead here. He sends it, but the curb of Pigeon too much. Wow, Provolone slipping by. Just managing that. I have no idea how. Ryan McIntosh manages to capitalize on that as well and take the position from Provolone. Nothing he could have done there. Next up for Ryan will be the race lead, and Zuka Vinar. Oh, speed. Yeah, you probably went a little too quickly into the pits there, huh? Oh, it sounds like you went really too quickly into the pits. It's fine. It's sim, right? You know, you're not actually endangering the lives of anybody. Yes, definitely keep an eye on your speedometer when heading into the pit lane. And my advice, practice your pit entry is something that you'll hear if you do stick around with Trackalicious. You'll hear me say it once, twice, 3 times. You'll hear me say it a million times. I say it all the time. Practice your pit entries. One of the most important things you can do because it can prevent things like disqualifications, stop-go 30s, drive-through penalties, things that will ruin your race just from a little bit of practice. All these drivers, they put in so much time to just lapping lap after lap. But they don't put any time to putting it into the pits. And that's just wrong in my opinion. And yes, Steven. Makes your 120K. You know, speeding in the pit lane, it's not an obvious thing. But you now know. And you probably won't make that mistake again. Hey, you probably will, to be completely honest. But at least you know now. Outside line being taken here into the chicane. Some bumping and banging going off the track is Ryan McIntosh. Sticking with the overtake, though. He lets Zuka by. That is going to be the position handed back to Zuka, but he sticks with it on the side there, and he is going for the outside overtake. Gets it done for the lead. Jason Provolone follows him through. Contact, though. Jason slipping inside, and can he catch it? More contact. Jason does save it. Nicely done from the Stinky Cheese Man. It ain't easy being cheesy, and he manages to save it. Now, Professor Chronotis onto the inside of Provolone. Nothing doing, though, just yet. How'd you replace that curb there? It took me out. It got put there the previous lap, actually, Carlos. I don't know if you saw, but the marshals, they did that specifically to sabotage you. It's a lovely train of cars as well here. Definitely need a hydrate as I'm losing my voice again. Unbelievable, those guys. I know, right? Dang marshals putting on the dang bumps on the dang track. Anyways, that's enough caffeine, it sounds like. As we resume, Ali Raza, Justin Moffat side by side, sends it onto the inside a little bit too hard, though. Almost goes into the back of Kyle Heslin. Kyle navigates that, though. Full onboard lap for Matt Melanson. Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a good idea. The Matt Melanson currently sitting in P11. On a little bit of his own. Has a bit of a gap to the car in front, a little bit of the car in back. We'll stick along here as he comes through Pigeon. Now into turn 5. Nice and easy. Late on the throttle, but attacking towards the chicane. One of the most challenging corners here on the track. Nicely done, the McLaren especially. That is a very tricky corner for the McLaren. Now, once again, this is where all of the time can be made or lost. And Kyle Heslin, he has lost a lot of time. He's found the off track there, losing a few positions, dropping down to P10. Melanson, though, sticking with it. Not phased whatsoever by the events unfolding ahead, as he should be. Looking for the braking marker into the third to last corner, into turn 12. Now slight little kink, heading towards turn 13 now. Drive-through for Potts Weaver being picked up. That's our first track limits breach for the night. Now through the final corner, on to the start-finish straight. What is it going to be? Matt Melanson Heads to the line. It's going to be a 146.2. About 2 seconds off the pace of Ryan McIntosh, our current race leader. We'll stick with Matt here for a few more corners and give him the full on-board lap. Short shift into second there, getting the traction down in the first corner, and as he heads back to where we started, it's a nice lap there from Matt. You got a DT immediately, quit as you were already last. Carlos, come on. Up at the front here, Zuka Vinar and Professor Chronotis. Chronotis has managed to take the inside there of the chicane. Steals P2 away. Zuka, what are you doing? Okay. He doesn't stick with it. I really thought he was going to try to hold that position from Chronotis. He doesn't. He lets it go. Mistake from Zuka drops him not 1, but 2 positions. Could even be a 3rd here. Is he going to fall? He has already fallen off the podium positions, actually. Zuka, of course, leading the race at one point. Can he go back to the podium? Justin Mothman is off, unfortunately, as well. We're going to stick with the live action here as Ali Raza on the outside. Not able to secure it. Peachley, what are you doing in here now? There should be a lot of people in this race that are in chat. And Justin Moffat in the pits, unfortunately, it seems. Ali Raza. 2 more laps to go. Sends it onto the inside of Zuka Vinar. Nothing. Oh, no, never mind. I spoke way too soon. Zuka with a little bit of a mistake in the second part of the corner there. And Ollie capitalizes, covers the inside line off, and done and dusted we go. Ali Raza is through. Zuka Vinar falling and going backwards. He started this race in P1, had a smashing start. But honestly, credit where credit's due. Ryan McIntosh up 20 positions. Started in P21, up to the race lead. Talk about a last to first challenge. Last to first challenge. Ryan able to do that here tonight. Jason Provolone gets overtaken there by Ali Raza. New podium sitter, Ali Raza. Can he get Chronotis at the end as well? No, Moff, why are you in chat? So many people that need to be in this race right now are in chat. I think we have Moffat actually coming back to track. You'd love to see that. That is a true driver's mentality. 1 lap to go. Doesn't matter. He's coming back out just to see that checkered flag. Give him a little screen time for it. He earns it. He's earned it. Yes, he's crashed, but he's also earned it. Showing the, the not tenacity. That's not the right word. Drive-through penalty picked up for Kyle Heslin. I did not expect that. I'm seeing a lot of red laps as well. We may see 1 more drive-through penalty here before the night is through. Now Ali Raza on the charge as he's chasing down Professor Chronotis here. Down the start-finish line. Chronotis closes the inside heavily. Ali Raza takes to the outside line, trying to make him force Chronotis into a mistake. Chronotis there goes deep, and Ali Raza, wow, slams the door shut to the inside. Outplays Chronotis. That was some incredible driving. Ali Raza, just a true spirit of talent, it is to be said. And that Ferrari 296, he is so comfortable in it. Professor Chronotis, no slouch himself, but just not quite to the caliber there of Ali Raza. And that really showed it. That was a play from Ollie. Forced Chronotis to the inside, forced him onto the marbles, and made him basically brake late. Ollie takes a normal line and carries the speed through. And then you saw, of course, that just decisive moment where as soon as Ollie knew his car was in front, he slams the door shut and doesn't let Chronotis have any opportunity back. It's not the race, it's just your number. That is a changeable thing. So, fair enough. You know, at least if you change your number, maybe you'll do better next time. The number added a couple kgs. Maybe if you go the single-digit number, you'll lose a little bit. Yeah, like I say, it's a couple grams. You never know. You never know. Casey Swanseeger being a bit of a bottleneck with a very damaged Porsche. Chris McNichol trying to find his way through. The leaders finish the race. Ollie Raza, Ryan McIntosh takes the race win with a bit of a flourish at the end of boot. I thought there was one more lap. Ollie Raza comes across the line for P2. Kronotis in third. Jason Provolone for fourth. Zuka Vinod in fifth. Jose Guzman in sixth. Alex Freeman in seventh. Kyle Heslin eighth. Matt Melanson ninth. And Casey Swanseeger rounding out our top 10. Of course, we're looking for interviews here from Ryan McIntosh, Ollie Raza, and Professor Kronotis. If you guys are around in the Discord or otherwise, if you guys could head on up to the green room, that would be lovely. Great racing all around. Big thank you, of course, to everyone in chat for sticking around and chatting, dropping a follow. You guys are amazing. We're going to head back to the booth here as we wait for our interviews. Welcome back, everybody, to the booth. What a race. What a race it was. I know I say that every time, but it is honestly true. We have such a great community here at TRACKILICIOUS, such great drivers and talent that they harbor. And overall, once again, everyone here, they're all friends. You know, at the end of the day, we all go back in, review it. There might be a couple disagreements in the Discord. And at the end of the day, of course, it's all racing. Everyone's human. Everyone makes mistakes. But, you know, we're all here to have fun. And that's really what we're here for. And that's something that I think people lose sometimes. Is the fun element of it. But Zuka, your thumb hurt. Oh no, Zuka hurt at the end. He's had some physical injury. You hate to see it. I'm laughing. I don't mean to laugh, but you do actually hate to see that. We actually had that happen the other night. That is the danger of sim racing. Of course, people always saying that, you know, the dangers of real life racing are not there when it comes to real life, but they are there. We actually had a sprained wrist the other day happen, so it is possible. It is dangerous. But as we have it, we have some interviews. Why don't we start here with... We'll start with Professor Kronotis. I think everyone here wants to hear from the man. Kronotis, how are you feeling managing to bring home a P3 once again? Good job, Chrono.
I did it. I beat everybody but Raza and McIntosh. So that's like basically everybody, right?
Pretty much. I mean, hey, as far as I could count, you know, on my fingers, that's 2, but... You know, still, you got P3. Podium finish. I love hearing from you, Chrono. How does it feel starting up there at the top? You know, starting from the front of the grid, is it a more pressure at the beginning? Do you feel it? Or is it more of a sort of a confidence booster where you can say, look, I can finish pretty well at the end?
Really, I just got to thank the mechanics. They got that car turned around fast. That had like all the damage to fix in that 10-minute practice, but they pulled it off and it worked out all right.
Big shout out there to the mechanics. You heard it yourself. But there also, of course, Ollie Raza, who had to work his way through quite the field, it is to be said, and managing to do so. We saw, of course, the lap 1 incident. I think that was a bit of one. I think you got caught quite up in that as well. So managing to make your way all the way up, quite an effort from you there, Ollie.
Oh yeah, it was a huge effort. And especially race 2, like I think I was just driving around in turn 2 and I don't know who hit me from behind. I spun and then started from last again. But yeah, it was just car after car overtake. I had to it was a lot of people defending really hard, and this track's just really difficult to overtake, but when you do it, it's pretty satisfying. So I'm glad I got up to P2. Of course, I couldn't catch up to McIntosh, but that's good enough for me.
Yeah, McIntosh was absolutely flying. I'm trying to see here. Is he in the Discord? Unfortunately, we don't have the pleasure of speaking with him tonight, but he made it up 20 positions to take the race win. I mean, that is something else. Both of you guys managing to make it up. He benefited, though, massively off that lap 1 incident. Of course, Ollie, you got caught up in that and still managed to finish on the podium. So incredible effort there from you.
Oh yeah, it was a fun time for sure.
Awesome. Well, big thank you to Ollie Raza, Professor Kronotis as well. Chrono, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, that's
Awesome.
sitting pretty.
Big thank you, of course, to Chrono for putting on this event as well, making the script for the reverse grid. Absolute wizard there. So I'd love to see you on the podium for it. Have a great
Yeah, I'm
rest.
glad that works.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And it works very well, so thank you. But thank you guys. You guys are all free to go. And thank you as well to chat once again. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting. So nice to have such a great community to chat to during these races and to just hang out with. Like I say, it's just a hangout session at the end of the day. We are going to be calling the stream here tonight, though. That was, of course, race 2 of 2. We have Mad Moses is who we're going to be rating here tonight. Of course, somebody used to race with us, Trackalicious, now mostly into the LFM side of things, currently driving at Brands Hatch, one of my favorite tracks. Leading the way, in fact. Looks like he's got a lot of work to do ahead of him. So let's head on over, check out some Mad Moses and, Chris Moses, of course. And hope everyone has a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this fine world. Thank you, and good night.